Hi, girlfriends. It's good to be back with you tonight. I'm Carrie Fitzsimmons.
And I'm Lacey Wilson.
And we have a special guest on tonight. Jill's going to be talking to us about Sassy Goat. Sassy
milk soap.
Goat milk soap. Wanted to make sure I
Say
got that title right. I was actually smelling some bars before the show began, and it smells awesome.
It smells really good. I think I've got the shea butter here now. And she's going to be doing some giveaways, I think, too. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay alert and stay tuned. Well, how was your day?
Oh, pretty good. Wasn't it a beautiful day outside?
It was. I cannot believe it's March.
I know. I think inside of my car it got up to about 89 degrees.
Really?
So when I got inside, and it tells you the
it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot.
It's pretty hot.
Wonder what kind of summer we're gonna have.
I don't know. I can handle it being hotter than colder, though. I say that. Ask me in August.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you
change my mind?
Do you follow the Farmer's Almanac?
No, I think there's a lot of truth to it, but I don't.
I'm curious, cause one year I was just listening about what it said, and it was pretty much spot on.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm curious if anybody out there.
Yeah, well, and we were talking earlier before the show about gardening too. I mean, it's almost time to start planting, especially if you're going to do a vegetable garden. Yep. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about frost too much longer.
I don't think so either. In fact, a little farmer came to our work the other day. He was from Mowbray Mountain, and he told me that he's going to start tilling his garden this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and start.
No blackberry frost, huh?
I don't know. He's going to go ahead and start. So.
Well, the trees are already blooming. Our Bradford pears are blooming.
How are your allergies?
I never had issues with allergies until the last couple of years, and just in the past week I've been around Chattanooga, over into Section, Alabama, up to Cookeville, Tennessee, mainly with the windows down, so my allergies are all confused. But I'm doing pretty good. I try to take the one-a-day tablets, too, and that seems to help. So,
yeah. I've been battling them just a little bit, but I've been taking Zyrtec.
Okay. I was going to say, have you ever tried the allergy shots?
I'm a big chicken.
Oh, you don't like, let me guess, you don't like needles?
No,
yeah,
I don't.
I hear that a lot at work.
I was probably supposed to take them when I was younger and begged to get out of it.
Okay. Well, I just think it's funny that, things like that can change over the years and what wouldn't affect you.
Yeah, you can develop new things.
Well, and I moved away, too, and Chattanooga has I guess it's worse for allergy sufferers than if you live farther south, closer to Atlanta. So I think when I came back from college was when I started having issues. So.
Well, hopefully it'll go away soon.
I hope so.
We're supposed to get a little bit of rain. I wonder if that'll help.
It'll help wash it away. I did notice, though, my car had the slightest tint of pollen green.
So it's coming.
Already.
It's coming. Well, this is kind of changing subjects a little bit, but I just saw this headline and had no idea that meteor pieces may have been left in Walker County.
Oh, yeah? What part?
It just said space above Walker County.
It's around Cove. They said by Cove Road.
In Chickamauga?
Okay.
Yeah, out in that area. I've read that. It said it broke apart and to look for unusual pieces.
Wow.
And that actually the meteorites are the people that own the property would own whatever fragments fell on it. So if you go looking for this, you have to ask someone's permission. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is neat.
Well,
who would have thought?
And if it was going to hit anywhere, out in the cove would be the perfect place, I guess. Yeah, it's beautiful out
It
there,
is
too.
beautiful. We just rode out there on Sunday, and it was gorgeous.
Have you ever gone up the little road that just winds up, like if you go down in the cove and get to the very back end of it, it kind of winds up the mountain and goes up, and you come out at the top of where Pigeon Mountain cuts off to the left. It's a fantastic drive.
Not the entrance on Lookout, right?
Well, that would be the top of it. If you come down that, then you weave down that little road. It's like you go down and there's you're going right down a gulch pretty much. Yeah, it's a wonderful drive.
We're very fortunate to have that in our area.
It's a
Definitely.
beautiful area, and you can live here your whole life and still never get to see all of the parts of Walker County. There's just so much to see.
Walker County's pretty big. Speaking of the meteor, I heard a couple years ago that Walker County has a fault line for an earthquake could happen.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a pretty large one. I mean, I don't know how true that is. That's just hearsay, but I know in Memphis there's a very large one. It's called something, I can't remember.
There's a New Madrid fault in
That's
West
it.
Tennessee
That's
that
it.
in 1812, the earthquake that was on the New Madrid fault actually created Reelfoot Lake. It's
Really?
Yeah, it was, and I've read these people that wrote at the time in 1812. They actually had 3 earthquakes in about a 2-month period of time, and it was just amazing. They said that the ground shook and that big like hot spots came up and were shooting lava and stuff out of the ground, and this was in 1812.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, it destroyed one city, and then but it just wreaked havoc. And it actually, they say, is a worse fault than the San Andreas out in California.
If something ever happens and it ever,
We
could
have
be in
quakes
trouble.
all the time there. There was an earthquake in Dalton last
Yeah.
week, and then there was
Oh,
one there
last
in
week?
December. Yeah,
I
it was
read
a little
about the
bitty
one in
one.
December, but I didn't know there was one last week.
Yeah, I read it was a little bitty one.
So if the one in West Tennessee something ever happens, though, we could we would feel it.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an earthquake maybe 6 or 8 years ago that I was in Hickson at the time, and it shook like this little vase off the windowsill. It was just really, really strange. I wouldn't live in California.
No.
You couldn't pay me to.
No, I guess they get used to it, but that would be
Oh
terrible.
gosh, yeah, I'd be terrified.
Terrible. Well, Jill, do you bake?
Do I bake? Yes, I do.
Do you bake, Lacey?
Sometimes.
I don't know how to transition into this next part, so I'm just going to ask. Well, Good Housekeeping has named the best yellow cake mixes. Do you bake cakes?
Yeah, but I don't use a mix. I make my own mix.
That's probably even better. You'd probably be on top
I'm
of
like
this
a
list.
granny baker.
That's awesome. But they gave first place to King Arthur flour. All natural.
That's the
heard
flour
that
that I
brand.
use.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it makes an incredible difference
And
in
you can buy
baking.
it anywhere?
You can buy, Bilo. It's fairly expensive. It's about $5, whereas a lot of the others are around $3.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you can find it on sale. But they make a bread flour, they make a white flour, and they make a whole wheat flour.
Wow.
Yeah, and King Arthur, it's I wouldn't bake with anything else. You wouldn't think you could tell a difference, but you can really tell a
But
difference.
the whole wheat is even better for you too.
Yeah, it's really good. And I think they make a white wheat also. Yeah.
They gave an honorable mention to Betty Crocker,
Mm-hmm.
I like Betty Crocker.
and then honorable mention number 2 went to Duncan Hines with Pillsbury coming in 3rd. So, King
I
Arthur.
do like the little mini cupcakes. I like to make those because they're just the right size for a snack. So
My problem is I eat about 10 of them. I don't just stop at one.
So you make your own cake? Do you make your own bread?
Yeah, I do.
I need to get
I
some
know, we need to come and
going.
take some classes from you. Do you can?
I've just started canning, but right now I do not because I find it takes a lot of time now. My friend Agnes, she cans. She's lives up on the mountain. She cans everything. I mean, beets, green beans, and I've told her I wanted to come over and see how she did it. Right now, I don't have. I'm actually living in a little cabin with a hot plate. I don't have anything that I could put a big pressure cooker on, but I do have it ready and back in the box, and it's back there waiting on me. So when I get a stove.
But you've also been busy with this Sassy Goat milk soap.
That's
I gotta
it.
say that right.
Oh yeah, yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I in 2005 I bought a goat to clear some brush from a farm that we bought that was very overrun with brush. My granddad, when I was little, he always had goats, and we would always go over to Papa's house, and you got to ride in the goat cart, and it was always fun. Of course, he always had horses and stuff too. But we, after I got this goat, I got several goats actually. One of them got killed the first day by neighborhood dogs. It was a boy goat, Earl, and yeah, it was really sad. So then I locked the other 2 goats up and pulled vines for them every day until I could get the fence fixed. And but Ruby, my Sassy goat, was pregnant, and she had 2 little girl goats, little does, and she had this huge milk bag. And I thought, God, for one, that just looks so uncomfortable. And the other is, goat milk is really expensive. Mm-hmm. Goat milk is $16 a gallon.
What?
When you can buy it, yes. It's really good to drink if you're lactose intolerant. goat milk, you can drink it because the fat modules are a lot smaller and they're absorbed easier into your system, which is another reason it really makes good soap. But when I got Ruby, after she had those babies, first I had to figure out how to separate the milk from the goat, because I'd never milked a goat. I've been in advertising my whole life. I mean, I went to Papa's farm in the summer, but other than that, I mean, it was all foreign to me. And so I figured out how to milk her, and then I had to figure out what to do with the milk. And I had been looking for unscented soaps for quite a long time, and I had not liked the way when I would bathe, my skin would always feel tight. You know, when you get out of the shower, it's not supposed to feel that way. And so I started studying the theory of soap making, and I came up with some recipes, probably created about 30 different recipes until finally I created one that I really thought about my ingredients I wanted to put in it, because I wanted it to be pure. I wanted it to be very natural. I didn't want to use a lot of chemicals and things that I wouldn't want absorbed by my skin. And so anyway, my mother, who is just absolutely got the most beautiful complexion, and she blames it all on Sassy Goat, but she had used the same soap for 30 years on her face. And when she tried my last recipe, she said, "This is it. I love it." So that became my basic recipe. And from there, I do soap, I do shampoo in a bar. I don't do a liquid shampoo, because if you did a liquid, you would have to put preservatives in it. I don't use any preservatives. My lotion is preservative-free, and I make a lotion for hand, face, and body, and then I have a foot lotion, which I brought one to give away, an intensive formula. I make lip balm, and got several other things that I'm coming out with too.
So do you have a facial soap too, or is this soft enough?
That's perfect for your face and your whole body. And the one thing that you'll tell, and this is one thing that people tell me, their very first thing that they realize is that their skin doesn't feel tight when they get out of the shower.
I know that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you always, I mean, I never knew it was any different, that it should have been any different, but you shouldn't, it should feel hydrated.
I remember the first time I ever used Sassy Goat, I was having some problems with my skin, acne prone, oily skin, and I used your soap, the oatmeal formula, and it really did help.
Oh, that's great.
It really did help.
Wow.
It just had that exfoliating. We talked about that before the show.
Yeah. Well, you know, the one thing that people don't think about, and there are several aspects to this. Of course, the soap is really good, and the things that you do in addition to the soap is really good. Exfoliating. You lose thousands of skin cells every day. And to use a little exfoliating pad in addition to the soap, and this is not the exfoliating soap because that works well, but to actually, when I shower, I'll just use whichever scent of soap I want to use at the time, because I've got it all right there at my fingertips. But I'll use an exfoliating pad, and you get rid of those dead skin cells, and it allows your skin, your new cells, to be in the forefront and to then be able to absorb all the nutrients that the soap has and puts into your body, humectants and natural things like that.
We have our first caller.
Oh, great.
Hi, caller.
Hello, good evening. I just am so excited that you have this Sassy Goat Milk lady on tonight. Still, I know that's her name, but you know, you go by the title of whatever
I
you
do.
I just want to say to her, we have, I wish that we had some way to find out exactly where the soap is, where you can purchase it. We have had to track it down before. We use so much of it in our home. It is the best. And I think if it's ever used naturally or advertised naturally, I believe you'll be so busy you'll never be able to stop. But it's wonderful soap. We've seen improvement in skin and using it, and I just love it.
Well, I appreciate that so much. You
I
know,
also want to mention to you girls, I don't know whether you know this or not, or if you can even tell the sound system guy, but there's music that's overplaying, and we want to be able to hear what Jill is saying, so you might want to mention that to them. But thank you so much for the program tonight, enjoying it so much.
that's
Thank you,
nice.
caller.
That's very nice.
Yeah, Brian must have. We were jamming out in here earlier, I guess.
I guess we're still jamming. Oh, that's nice. You know, to answer her question on where you can get my soap, Tootie's Treasures, they carry it, and the Farmhouse Mercantile, which is down where Flintstone Farm and Garden used to be, they carry it.
Right there by where the hair shop is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was actually the first place that ever carried my soaps and stuff. I get tickled at a lot of ladies will tell me, you know, I tell my friends that I get my health and beauty, my makeup and health and beauty products at the Farm and Garden, and they just love it. And I also offer, this is my new special because times are so hard, gas is so expensive that I do specials periodically. If you order online at sassygoatmilksoap.com, if you order $10 or more, I ship it for absolutely free.
Wow, that's a good deal.
Yeah. You know, and I'm one of these people, I order stuff online, and so many times what you order, you end up paying as much for shipping as what you're ordering. And I thought, you know, I'd like to do something that would be a neat offer, and so I do that. Periodically, I usually will do $25 and up, but right now that's my springtime special.
So where can they go on, access your website?
Sassygoatmilksoap.com.
Okay.
Now, if you do a search in Google, and since I design my own website, so I also design websites and still do advertising on the side. But if you go to Google and Google goat milk soap, I will come up number 4 on Google on the front page out of 1,246,000.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah,
Impressive,
I'm
yes.
really excited about that.
That is very impressive.
And Yahoo, I have a great ranking. I'm on the first page, either 4 or 5 on Yahoo and 4 or 5 on Bing.
So you are able to be found.
I am. I ship all over the world, basically.
Where's the farthest you think you've shipped?
Here recently, I shipped to South Korea. I've shipped to Greece, to Naples, Italy, to the UK and Canada. That's fairly common. Australia. Australia, the people out there love the jingle, and there's a radio host out there that plays my jingle on a regular basis. So I get a lot of people from Australia comment about it. Where else have I shipped to internationally? I believe that's all I can think of right now.
What about in the United States? Just all over?
Probably every state. I shipped out 40 orders last month, and I've already shipped out about 22 this month. So they just come in from everywhere.
Hi, caller.
Hello, girlfriends.
Hey, how are you?
I have a question for Jill.
Okay.
Jill, with all of these shipments, all these sales, how many employees do you have? Surely you're not making all this soap by yourself.
Let me tell you, I make the soap, I make the lotion, I make the lip balm, I make the shampoo. It is me and about 22 goats right now. Those are my employees. I wrap my own products. I even make my own labels. I did my own design on my labels, and I print them out myself. And I tell you, the one thing, I've really been working very hard here lately at that, but the one thing it does allow me to do is I am the quality control person, and I know, I don't have to question if anybody's doing this right or if they did this other thing right. I mean, I know it's being done right. I make everything in small batches to just be able to control the production of it, and I'm really proud of that. And I still have a lot of energy left, so
I'm sorry to say, do you ever sleep?
I do sleep about every time I sit down to watch a TV show.
You always look so rested, but when you were talking about making all these things that you're doing with websites and everything, I thought, my goodness, when does the lady sleep?
Well, I do sleep.
You're doing a good job, and your products are wonderful. So
Well, thank you.
I want to say that. Good to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I appreciate that. These people that around here that use these products, I mean, they are the ones that were my base market, and I really do appreciate them.
Now talk about the actual process of making it and the batches. How long does it take you to make a batch, and how big is one batch?
It takes about 3 hours from start to finish, and that does not include milking the goats. And it's I make the batches that I make, now I can make 3, I'll start a batch and then I'll start another batch about 20 minutes later and another one about 20 minutes after that. I can do up to 3 batches at a time and be able to still stir them and keep them from boiling over. And they're about, on the soap, it's about 24 bars per batch. My soaps are about 3 ounces a piece. Now, I say they will actually ship out. They will not be less than 2.5 ounces. I usually cut them, or the ones that I mold, the ones I brought today are rose shape, and I mold them and make them around 3 ounces. But I say they'll ship out they'll be at least 2.5 ounces, because as soap cures, it tends to dry out and lose a little of its weight. So a bar that might be a little lighter is just a little more cured, and which, you know, you can use it right out. My process of soap making, it's where you can use it almost immediately, and I think it makes for a better bar of soap.
He's showing a picture right now.
Oh, well, good. Well, let's see which one he's looking at right there. There we go. I never can get this right. This is a rose shape. And
you talked a little bit about why it's tinted that color.
Yes, actually, this is a natural color. I don't use any preservatives or fillers or chemicals or anything other than lye. You have to use lye to have true soap. But I was telling you that when you put honey in it, the honey combines with the goat milk and the oils, and when you put it in there, it turns it just a bright orange. It's really surprising. The first time I did it, I thought I'd ruined it. And it turns it a bright orange, and then as the soap cooks and saponifies, which I force the saponification on it, as it saponifies, it turns into this kind of a creamy, kind of an ivory tan color. And that's why it's that color. Now, if I didn't put honey in it, I would possibly be able to make a white bar. But I think the honey is one of the really, I really thought when I chose my ingredients, because you can put a lot of things in soap. A lot of people use renderings like fat from cows and stuff like that. A lot of these soaps that you buy in the stores, they actually use petroleum base, but I wanted to use things, and each ingredient I really thought about and selected for what it would do for your skin. And my bars of soap are beeswax, they're olive oil, coconut oil, safflower oil, castor oil, and then I either put shea butter or cocoa butter, or in the oatmeal and honey I'll put shea butter and cocoa butter to kind of super fat it, and fresh goat milk, and that's it. Other than if I do scent them, I put some scent in.
But we were talking about that before the show, and half the soaps you buy in the store, you can't even pronounce what's in them. You don't know half of what's
yeah, and if you look, if you actually, the people that are watching this show that think, oh, bar soap's bar soap, I challenge you right now, go and get a bar of soap out of your cabinet and you look at those ingredients, and then you call me because it's something that until you really take the time to look at it, you would be shocked. And on my website, I have an analysis of the my soap ingredients against the Canis, which is a goat milk soap that's sold by Cracker Barrel, which is real popular, a list of their ingredients. And I tried to do apples to apples. And then I had the ingredients to a Dove unscented sensitive skin bar, which, mine is unscented. Some of mine, what I brought tonight is not, but I do have unscented shea butter, cocoa butter, and oatmeal and honey. And when you look at the ingredient comparison, they put things to make the bar hard. They put chemicals and preservatives in to keep a ring from forming in the tub. And all of this stuff, when you're in the shower or the tub or the bath and you're bathing, your pores are open and they're absorbing. Everything that you put on your skin is being absorbed by your body. And you really want to think, the ingredients I use, and honey, I forgot to add honey on my soaps, but the ingredients that I use are naturally good for you. They're a lot of them have natural antibacterial properties. They have high humectant properties, which means it draws moisture to your skin all day long.
Which is probably why it's good for anti-aging. Exactly.
And, I've had people tell me that the goat milk in it is very very close to our own skin's pH level. And so it doesn't fight against your skin. And I've had people tell me it lightens age spots, and that it actually, it just makes your skin really feel good. And when your skin feels good, you feel good.
Yeah.
And when your skin looks good, you feel good. So I'm happy about that.
Well, do you want to do a giveaway?
I do. Actually, I brought 3 bars of soap. There's yours. I'm gonna give
Thank
that to
you.
give that
Mine's
to Carrie.
the
I have the shea butter with gardenia and lily scent, and I
It
brought.
smells good too.
Yes, I love that. That is my Easter limited edition. And then I brought 2 bars of that, and I brought 1 bar of the spearmint, which is very stimulating. And I was telling Carrie out in the parking lot when we were talking about my scented soaps. When you bathe with my scented soaps, you'll enjoy it while you're bathing. You will not smell like it when you get out. You'll enjoy the scent, and then when you get out, then all the other scents or any other scent you want to put on, you can do that.
I'm enjoying smelling mine.
Isn't that wonderful? It's really nice.
I believe we have a caller.
Hi, caller. Oh, well, call back.
But and I also brought a lotion, which is my intensive recipe for feet, which is just a miracle lotion, and it is wonderful.
Hi, caller.
Hi. What do you have to do to win?
I don't know.
Just call in. Tell us why you want to try the goat soap.
Well, I would love to try the lotion if she's giving that away.
I am.
I've got the soap, and I love it.
Great, thank you.
But I didn't know if she was giving the lotion away or not.
I am.
I would love to try the lotion because I have extra dry skin.
Well, let me tell you.
That soap helps quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
To follow up with that type of lotion, I think would be, even better.
Well, there's a hint for the lotion, and my lotion, it's a thick lotion. It's very concentrated, and when I sample it, a lot of times I'll just use the end of a toothpick, like to put it on the back of someone's hand. Now, if you want to use the lotion, of course, this is the intensive recipe that is peppermint scented. I have an unscented and a lavender scented, but I didn't bring any of that to give away. But when you use this, if you do want to thin it down any, if you splash a little water on your body and then put a little bit of lotion on it, you can thin it down to just the lightest consistency to where you could actually, I wear mine under makeup, and I don't like anything on my face that's heavy or anything.
I don't either.
But you can just do that. Don't mix the water in with the lotion, but put it on your skin and then just put a little lotion on it. It'll just thin out and it'll soak in, and it's not greasy, and it's you'll really like this.
Great. That would be wonderful.
All right.
We'll leave it at the station for you.
Do you need her name?
I have it
Oh,
from the caller
good.
ID.
Cool.
And caller, are you there?
Yeah, I just happened to tune in, and there's my Jill.
Hey, Nanette, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Well, good.
So you're making lotion for the feet now.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any extra?
No.
Well,
I think there's some down at Tootie's, I believe.
oh, is there?
Yeah,
Good.
it's the peppermint.
The peppermint.
Yep, it's peppermint scented because your feet being so far away from your heart, the peppermint actually helps to aid in your circulation of your blood.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I am unfortunate to have neuropathy now, so anything
Oh,
like that
goodness.
helps.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah.
Well,
So have you got any bars of that good stuff? I love that.
yes, ma'am. You want spearmint or my new gardenia lily?
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
All right, I knew you'd like that.
Doesn't that sound wonderful?
It's great. And Nanette, what I've started doing is I've started experimenting with different scents, and I have started doing limited editions of the scents and stuff. And I'll come out with a scent for about a month or so, and then I'll come up with another scent. And so Gardenia Lily is my early spring scent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. And early spring like we have, we need to get started, don't we?
Oh, let me tell you, we do. We
So
sure
how are the
do.
babies?
Oh, they are doing fantastic. 14 of them.
Oh, my goodness.
14 of them. I've got 9 little bucks. If anybody is wanting to buy a dairy goat buck, let me tell you, I'm going to have them ready for sale. Oh, yes, just not to eat.
Absolutely.
That's right. We don't eat our sassy goats. We use them for breeding. Their daddy is a registered La Mancha, and he is from an excellent, excellent bloodline. I made sure of that. So these little guys would be really good bucks. If you want to have your dairy goat bred to a good La Mancha buck, La Manchas have the second highest butter fat in their milk of the goats. And they have wonderful temperaments, and they have those cute little bitty ears.
Well, I tell you, she'll never dream when she moved to Lookout Mountain and bought her cabin what was in store, did you, Jill?
Boy, I sure didn't.
Jill, you're very knowledgeable.
Well, thank you.
We never know when we open that next door what's around the bend, do we?
You know, we really don't. But I'll have to say, having these goats and doing this is, I've really enjoyed it. It's fun, and I just, it gives me unlimited amounts of energy to do it because I love it. I love doing it.
It's been a blessing to you and a blessing to us.
Well, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. I sure appreciate you.
And thanks again.
All righty.
Your soap will be at the station, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
She's so sweet. Nanette is one of my first customers. I have a testimonial from her on the website. It's been up there for years, and I can't bring it down. She took the most beautiful picture of the soap and set it up and just sent it to me, and that just meant so much to me.
Hello, caller. Go ahead.
Hello, Jill. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you? Oh,
Are you there, caller?
hey there.
Hello?
I swear I didn't touch anything. Oh.
I believe we lost her. If you'll
Maybe
call
she'll
back,
call.
we've
Right
got
back.
your
We
name.
have your name. Yeah.
I tell you, we were talking about the new products. You know, this spring and summer, it is going to be Bug City.
Yes, I heard that. They're going to be all over the
They're
place.
terrible. Ticks have already been out for over a month.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I found a tick on me hiking about a month ago.
And fleas will be bad.
Fleas, bugs, gnats.
Mosquitoes have already been awful.
They are terrible. And so I'm coming out. Well, I've got one product that it is I've got to rename it. It's my poison ivy balm. It's like a salve. And this poison ivy salve, I also say, is perfect for bee stings, for itches, for mosquito bites. You know how mosquito bite the second day will just welt up and itch so bad. They don't itch when I first get them. It's the next day. This salve is all natural, and it will literally take the sting of a yellow jacket away in under a minute, because I can testify to that because I got stung last year.
Are you allergic?
I'm not allergic, but they really hurt. I'm allergic to pain. I don't like that.
I'm very allergic.
Are
so
you really?
I might need some of that sometime.
Oh, well, it takes the swelling away too. And mosquito bites, it helps ant bites, fire ants. I literally carry some in my pocket. I have a little tin that I make, and I also make a lotion that's like that. And I made an unscented lotion now for people that have real sensitive skin. If I quit talking, maybe they'll keep calling.
I think we lost her again.
I get so excited talking about all this stuff.
Well, that is good to
Well,
know.
it's amazing, and it's all natural too. And it's people call it my miracle salve. When people try it, they just. I had a lady in Texas. She was at a show, and she used it. A friend of hers had it. She actually had a cut on her finger. She used it on that, and she got back in touch with me and ordered 4 of them down in Texas. She said, I've got to have these for me and my kids for the summer.
Wow. Hello, caller. Go ahead.
Hello. I just wonder if Jill ever has private shows at people's homes and that type of thing, so that maybe you can have samples of the products you can try. I just think that would be a marvelous idea. I know it would be maybe offered to people that have a time sometimes locating it. And I also want to register to win something tonight.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. She didn't say if she wanted the spearmint or gardenia. Which should we give her?
Ooh, what do you think?
I think we gave the gardenia to Nanette.
We did, but we've got another one. I brought several.
Okay. Maybe the gardenia.
Okay. Get her the gardenia. And I've thought perhaps what I would like to do, and I'd like to think about this because that's actually an excellent idea, because I certainly don't want people not to be able to find my product. And again, it is at Tootie's Treasures, and it is at Farmhouse Mercantile, and I've got to tell you about this cool place, highhorselodge.com.
High Horse Lodge.
Yes, it is up on Lookout Mountain. It's down in Cloudland, Georgia, and this is Harriet O'Rear and her husband. And she carries my soap at the lodge. It's a bed and breakfast, and it is the coolest place. You guys, if you want to get away for a weekend or even a day, if you want to take your horses with you, you can take your own horses. They can have a barn that you put them in. They have miles of trails that you can ride on, and they have Sassy goat milk soap in their rooms, and they have chickens out there. You go out in the morning. They have free-range chickens. You just go out and you gather your eggs for breakfast. And I mean,
wow, that's cool. Now, do you have to have a horse to go there?
No, you don't have to have a horse, but you can take your horse if you want to. If you're like a city dweller and you have to take your horse somewhere to ride, it's really a neat place. And Harriet and Steve, I mean, they built this house. It is really cool, just the top of the line. And I tell you, it's a neat place. Everybody that goes there just loves it.
Now, with summer coming up as well, in addition to the bugs we're going to have, I think you have one more product.
I do, and this is called Sunburn Unburn. And last year, when the tornadoes hit, we had a lot of stuff to clean up. Hinkle got hit so hard, and Vulcan, our area, it got just flattened a lot of it. And so I was out on the tractor, as was so many other people up there. I tell you, our community just pulled together like nothing I've ever seen in my life, and just digging people out. And I was on the tractor a lot, cleaning up my place, or our place also, and I got so sunburned. And I recommend definitely that people use sunscreens and use the proper type of sunscreens, but a lot of times that sunscreen will wash off. And if you get sunburned, I'm going to have this new product out by probably the 1st of April. And of course, I make all this for myself and test it for months to see how it does, but I had this awful sunburn, and usually I'll peel, and I'll never really get back over that through the summer. This last summer, I had the best tan I've ever had. And on that sunburn, I put my, what I now call Sunburn Unburn on it, and it took the swelling away, and it took the pain away, and it moisturized it where I never peeled. And I just kept adding to that tan, and it was absolutely the best tan. And you take that pain out. Have you ever had a real bad sunburn?
Yeah. Have you seen us?
Oh, I tell you, it's just, I mean, it's awful. And this is, it's amazing how well it works. It's something.
And they can get that online? And
they'll be able to as of April 1st.
Okay.
Now, it's not out, it wouldn't be out at the stores yet. It would just be online, but I'm sure Tootie's always, everything I have, Tootie's loves to carry, and we've got a great relationship, and so I'm sure it'll be down there. And if people want it, they can just call and request it, and we'll have it ready then. And I've got one more thing I'm coming out with, because of this bug season. In addition to the bug bite, which is the I now call it poison ivy salve, lotion, and a soap, which does help with poison ivy too. Takes away the swelling and gets rid of the poison ivy in basically no time.
Wow.
It keeps you from having to get steroid shots and stuff, and plus it takes the terrible itch away. I'm coming out with a line of, this is going to help with the bugs, and lemongrass oil. It's a Japanese oil, and they've used it for thousands of years to keep bugs away, and like mosquitoes and other things. And I'm going to come out with a lemongrass oil soap, a lemongrass oil shampoo, and a lemongrass oil lotion, so that you can shampoo and bathe with it, and then as an added protection, you can put it on your body as a lotion. And it's going to, I've tested some of this, and I think I'm going to have a hit this year with all the bugs, because we'll just be eaten alive with them.
Yeah.
And if you can keep them off of you, I mean, that's the main thing. Especially mosquitoes carry so many diseases now. It's, with animals and everything, but with humans also. And I've got to add one more thing. Wash your hands. Flu season's coming up. Lye soap is the best thing to keep from spreading germs, to keep from getting the flu. Instead of using these little alcohol hand sanitizers, get you a bar of Sassy Goat Milk soap, which is made with lye. All soap is made with lye because it goes through a molecular change and actually becomes the element soap. The lye totally goes away with the oils when it mixes. And make sure and wash your hands. And I have actual instructions on hand washing on my website, sassygoatmilksoap.com, because it is the #1 way to keep down the flus and viruses. Wash your hands often. Yes. Yes.
I'm really looking forward to the sunburn unburn,
Yeah,
though.
me too.
I have just gone to lunch and sat out on a patio before downtown and gotten a sunburn where you could actually see a mark where I had my necklace. And that's how fair I am. Put your left arm out in the window.
And you have one arm red and one arm
I'm going to have to go to England to get the other one.
That's it.
Now, I'm curious, and I know this is made from goat's milk.
Yeah.
But has anybody ever used it on their animals?
You know, that's a great question because I totally forgot. I have a line of pet shampoos.
I was about to say, I have a chocolate lab, and he has very sensitive skin.
I love chocolate labs.
They're the best
That's
dogs.
what I have too.
Do you really?
And do you know what we did? Our lab, she started having really skin issues several years ago, and we changed her food. If you look at the dog food, if the first 5 ingredients have corn in it, change it. And what we started doing, her skin, it was like a skin allergy where she'd kind of chew herself. And,
My Cocker Spaniel does that.
all right, look at your dog food and the first 5 ingredients. Now, the 5th ingredient can be corn, but those first 5 ingredients, they need to be something else because it's the allergy to corn that does it. And we switched ours. We buy the Sam's brand, Members Mark Lamb and Rice, and she has the most beautiful shiny coat you've ever seen. And it's just as simple as that. It's amazing. Plus, you can bathe them in Sassy Goat Milk pet
I was
shampoo.
about to say, when we were talking about the fleas earlier, I was thinking about them.
Well, you know, I make an unscented pet shampoo for the extremely dog with high allergies. And, you know, pets are so close to the ground. They get around a lot more stuff than we do.
Especially
Any
in the
pollens
summer,
down.
It's going to be as bad as we're
yeah.
expecting it to be.
Oh, yeah. And then I make one that is scented to repel insects. Now, it has eucalyptus, lavender, rosemary, rosemary oleo resin. I can't even remember what else it has in it. Tea tree oil, lemon oil, and it has a host of things.
But all that stuff is natural.
Every bit of it is natural. I don't use anything that's not natural in my stuff, in my products. And you know, I have a lot of people ask me, like, shampoo. Oh, make your shampoo in a liquid form. Not going to do it because you have to add a preservative. And it's the preservatives and these things like that. Something has got to be affecting people's skins these days because, you know, so many people have psoriasis and eczema and contact dermatitis. And, you know, I just feel that in so many instances, it's what people are using without even realizing it. And the doctors, you know, a lot of doctors, bless their heart, they have a job to do, but a lot of them, they'll just give you a topical steroid or something to put on, and that is not always the answer. Now, it is a lot of times, but a lot of times it's as simple as using something pure and natural, if you can find it, and you can find it at sassygoatmilksoap.com.
Hi, caller.
Caller, are you there? We're having a bit of trouble with this phone line.
Yeah, try to call us back on 7712, if you don't mind.
I think that was...
Is that 7712?
Yeah, try 7646.
Yeah,
See if we can
okay.
get that one to work. Yeah, the only problem I have, my dog is afraid of water, and he's a chocolate lab.
I've never heard of that.
I know. I thought I had done something to him. I thought I traumatized him, but the woman that I got him from, I ran into her a few months back, and she said, no, his dad was afraid of water, too.
Isn't that something?
Yeah,
oh,
so you
my.
never know,
We
but yeah.
can't keep ours out of the water. I mean, she is so obnoxious.
Do you have a little...
We've got a creek in front of the house, and I mean, she will go in that creek and she'll pick up the biggest, slimiest stick and just beat you to death with it. I mean, she'll drag it and get in the water and splash and literally just put her whole head underwater. It's just amazing. So
Here we
she's a
go.
true water dog.
Hi, caller.
Yes, I wanted to ask her what she said about bug biting you outside.
Uh-huh.
Did she have something that I got stung today, and I actually have a big old blue eye? It just looked like somebody hit me in the eye.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have, it's a poison, I call it a poison ivy salve, but it is for bug bites and bee stings, and it will take the swelling and the pain away. And I can testify, I got stung last year by a yellow jacket and a hornet at 2 different times.
Oh, no.
And I ran in, and I carry this salve in my pocket now, and literally in a minute, it was pain-free. It's unbelievable. The pain, after about 4 or 5 hours, it came back just a little bit. I put a little more on it, and I didn't have any more pain at all from that. And that was a yellow jacket sting, and those hurt me for months.
Where do you get your stuff?
Tootie's Treasures, I believe that they would have some poison ivy salve there.
Okay.
Do you know where Tootie's is?
I rode my lawnmower, and I felt something, and it's all swollen.
Well, they're going to be out right now because it's so warm that the bees and wasps and yellow jackets that usually we wouldn't have to worry about this time of year.
Well, it sounds real interesting, and I'll check it out. And those 2 girls that are on there, they're the cutest thing.
Boy, they are, aren't
you.
they?
Thank you.
Enjoy your show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's nice.
Have you
That
ever
is
tried Etsy online? The website on there? Do you have any of your stuff?
You know, I've got 4 or 5 products on there. I put them on a while back, but I just, with my ranking on the websites on Google and stuff, I just end up just going more direct without having to go through that extra step. So
That third-party vendor. I was about to say, and if those out there who are watching, if you don't know anything about search engine optimization, to get on the front page,
It's
of
something.
that videos, that's a big
To be
deal.
the number 4th or 5th, that's a really big
it
deal.
really is. And, so many people, they pay big bucks for that. And, of course, you can see your paid sponsors at the top, but then right under that. And, I studied in doing websites, which I love to do. I studied what would get you on a good ranking with a website, and it's basically not having just a website that's totally sales, but information. And I have a lot of information about, like, what is shea butter, what is cocoa butter, what
think
does
that's
honey
so
do, and
interesting.
well, it's something that the more you learn about a product, I think the more comfortable you are with it. And I want people to be comfortable and knowledgeable about their skin and health, and it just makes it
I
easier.
just love that this is all natural because it's hard to, find all natural stuff these
Yeah,
days.
even
It
when
really
you go to
is.
some of the natural food stores, I've bought some sunless tanner from there before and went online and researched it, and it actually wasn't quite as good as what
And
you
it
would
was
think.
probably double the price.
Yeah, and then what was it? A friend of mine had this this thing that she'd gotten at, I think it was Bed and Bath or Bath and Body or one of these things, and the label, it was so interesting because it was lotion and it was in a red bottle, and I was looking for the ingredients on it because I look at all that stuff now. And I couldn't find them, and finally I was able to hold it up to the sunlight, and on this red bottle they had printed the ingredients in just a shade darker red. And you could see that it had parabens in it.
Oh.
And you don't want that on your skin. They're cancer causing, and so you just have to look. And I felt like they kind of hid that.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazed.
Hi, caller.
I wanted to call back in and tell anyone, do not be afraid of Jill's products. I've used it since she started making it on my face more than anything. So if you use it on your face, you trust it, right?
That's right.
And it makes your face it feels so good. And I've also used it on the puppy dogs, Jill.
Oh, great, great. She's
So
got
don't
some
be afraid
fun.
to use it anywhere.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate that very much.
I'm gonna have to try it on my face too. I think, yeah.
Well, it'll be. I'd love to know what you think about it when you do that.
Is that the salve you're talking about?
No, actually, this is a lip balm. I make a great lip balm, and this is like the chubby tube size. If I can, I look at the wrong camera here to show this stuff. I've got 2 different sizes, actually. My other one's in my pocket here. I'll pull out. always have a pocket knife in my pocket. This is a size like my regular size. I call that the fat drop size, named after a friend of ours. And then this is the chubby size, which is twice as big. And you wouldn't think using a lip balm that big, at first when you see it, you think, God, that might be hard to use. If you ever use this, you will never use anything else. I mean, it's fantastic. It is very moisturizing to your lips. But I did not bring any of that salve, and I probably should have, because it's a miracle. It's my miracle salve.
Hi, caller.
Hi. Jill, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
I'm interested in, I missed a little bit. The TV is going in and out, and it's not UCTV's fault. It happens on all the channels, but I missed some of what you said about that foot, because I'm diabetic and I'm having trouble with my feet.
Are trouble with the circulation and dry skin?
Yeah.
Try some of this,
Both.
the peppermint foot lotion. I put peppermint in it because the peppermint aids in your circulation. It actually is known to do that. It tends to open your blood vessels up a little bit, and you could try that.
And I can get that where?
I believe that Tootie's would have some, and if they don't, if you want to call them, they can tell me that they need some, and I'll get some down to them. But I believe that they already have some down there.
Okay, and it's just foot cream or what?
It's it's called Intensive Recipe for Feet.
Okay.
And it's the peppermint. It's got a little where it says goat milk buttercream is in dark green.
Okay.
And it's
Peppermint in it.
It's actually a little bottle like well. I never get hold of this thing in here right. It's a small bottle, and let me tell people, it's actually got 1 1/4 ounces in it.